Stidden District Motorcycle Club welcomed a large bank holiday crowd to the fourth round of the 125 250 Championship, where we were treated to some vintage riding from Robbie Herring. The hard and fast Colne circuit seems well to the liking of young Herring, as the riders lined up for the first race of the day. Jamie Dobb riding with the #1 plate, in this class of course. They charge down the hill for the first time to the tree at the bottom, where they turn right-hander. Keep a watch out for that machine there. Davy Watson, number 37, rejuvenated Watson, about to produce some very rejuvenated results. But it was Dobb that got away first. There he is, the #1 plate, the 250 champion from 1990 on the Yamaha. Right up behind him, Matthew Bates, also on Yamaha. He's showing well today. He is beginning to string some results together, this young Matt Bates. Robbie Herring there in third place. With the non-appearance today of David Thorpe, Paul Malin has been left to uphold the Kawasaki Challenge, along with Greg Hansen, who's riding a green machine for Ford and Ellis. He certainly proved he's not lost his skills of racing the smaller capacity machines. There's Bates, up over that jump. Herring beginning to close on him. I'm sure we'll see a change before much longer between these three. The rest of the pack scream through, hoisting the bikes up over the jumps, the 250cc machines. The dust not yet proving to be a problem here at Colne. Looking once again at the race leader. It's still #1. But Herring's moved up a place. Over the tabletop he comes on the Honda. Robbie Herring, the flying fish, now to second. Bates down to third on the Yamaha. So it's Yam Honda Yam. 17, that's Mark Bennett. They all bunch up. Hansen there. Number 6, Ryan Hunt. Herring beginning to worry the back of that Yamaha of Dobby's. The track really hard and bumpy in places, very technical. Edwards, number 24, minus his rear fender. He's had a spill somewhere around the circuit. 1 lap to go. And it's Herring that got it on the closing lap. Robbie Herring past Jamie Dobb to take the win. But Dobb there in second. Bates it was there in third. And a tremendous ride for those two, as we waited bated breaths for the start of race 2. The gate drops, down that famous hill they go, into the right-hander by the tree. Very bumpy. Watch the back end of those bikes step around. Dave Watson there, number 37, in total control. Dave Watson, 9th in the first race. Benefiting from some of his Dave Watson training school experience, I no doubt. As the pack scream up, and there's Herring. He got the whole shot. He's out in front without a challenger so far from anyone. Well, Bates is back there in third. Dobby's missed the gate completely, so he's got a lot to do. And Greg Hansen also up there. So is Watson, Chambers and Bennett. You can see the dust clouds beginning to lift already from this very dry. It's a warm day, very little breeze here at Colne. But Herring has really got this one at the moment. It's Hansen there in second at the moment on the Ford and Ellis Kawasaki. Greg Hansen coming from riding the 4-strokes last year in the 4-stroke championship. Adopt him back to the 2-stroke machines and adopt him well. Really is a multi-talented rider, is Hansen. Herring it is that leads. Into the sand hole. Out again.
Number 3 on the number plate, the man who held this title 2 years ago. Finished third in it last year. 14 seasons of race.
Through in first. Hansen still there in second. Bates it is there in third. as they scream through there. Fourth gear, throttle full open. They leap out of that hole across the road. And that's Dobb. He's beginning to pick his way through the pack. A really terrible start for Jamie Dobb.
Rob Herring was on the charge. Matthew Bates is second. Dave Watson closing up.
Well, Dobb is now after Bates. The question now is, will he catch him and pass him before the checkered flag? Look at Dobby go. Launches that Yamaha off the jumps with total reckless abandon. Machine immaculately prepared by his brother Julian, who in actual fact some years ago was a very useful racer himself. In fact, some say at one stage he was quicker than young Jamie. But, now turning his talents to the maintenance of his younger brother's machines, and certainly are well turned out and prepared bikes. They rarely ever get a breakdown in the Dobb camp. There's Bates, Dobb right up behind him. Now, are we going to see a change before the checkered flag? They come through to start another lap, and Dobb climbing all over Bates, going for him on the inside. Bates, he shuts the door fair and squarely, locks it on the way through. And Dobby's made a break. He's through. Dobby goes in under Bates's front wheel, clips the front wheel out on the Bates and dumps him fair and squarely on the track. So Herring leads.
Remain on the circuit.
So Robbie Herring, the Flying Fish, picks up his second win of the day. That should take him close to the top of the British 250 Championship now. Looking back for second place man, there he is carrying the #1 plate from last year. Jamie Dobb in second. Third, very creditable third position for 37, David Watson. And behind Watson, it was Matt Bates after that fall, or that collision he had with Dobby. The top three riders now being noise tested as the 125s line up for their first afternoon. This is the real hot and hairy stuff as these small 8th leader machines tear down this Waits Cone start hill. Gate drops, here they come. The dust flies, who will it be? We'll be looking for Herring, taking the #1 plate in this race, and #3, Dobb, who in actual fact will take the #3 plate. They tear up the hill the first time, and we've got carnage in that second corner as men and machines untangle themselves and sort themselves out. Who is amongst that carnage? We're not quite sure, but that could well be Dobby, and it is. #3, Jamie Dobb, is amongst that melee of riders, so that will certainly pay to Dobb's chances of getting an overall result from this first 125 outing. Dobb gets away with the broken rear fender, as last year's and this year's current 125 champion Robbie Herring gets it wound on with Warren Edwards there in second, 24 on the Yamaha, so it's Honda and Yamaha. There's Hansen, #7, and Bates, #18, he's in there as well. 37 was young Neil Prince, the 1989 schoolboy champion. Herring really throwing this little 125 around. And he's actually lapped Dobby. Dobby's now a lap down, so I should imagine we'll see Jamie Dobb go back to the paddock next time round. Relatively has no chance whatsoever. There's Bates, #18. Herring with an enormous lead now. Barring mechanical failure, very unlikely with Harvey Beltram as his mechanic. Machine is in fine feckle. Warren Edwards, 24, still there in second place. And that's the South African young Paul Cooper, 111. And Batesy lands heavy on the front wheel and very nearly loses it. He's in there with Bennett, young Mark Bennett, and that's what he thinks of young Mark Bennett. Greg Hansen, #7, is in there as well. Well, Bennett gets back on and gets away again as the rest of the pack scream through after them. No sign of Dobb, so as suspected, he's probably returned back to the paddock to await the start of race 2. Well, as we saw the checkered flag, there was only one rider that would take it before anyone else, and that was this rider, number 1, Robbie Herring. 24, Warren Edwards on the Yamaha, returning really after quite a severe knee injury over the winter. Took second. Matthew Bates fought back for third, and the young South African Paul Cooper, despite lots and lots of mechanical problems, pulled off a 4th position, and he was well pleased about that. As we wait now, 32nd board goes up for the 125 race 2. 5-second board turns. The gate will drop, and 40 little 125 machines will scream down the start. And there they are. What a spectacular sight. These machines producing somewhere in the region of 48 brake horsepower from a 1/8 litre engine. Single cylinder water cooled, but there's Greg Hansen, number 7. He seems to have taken the lead. Looks very much like Dave Watson in 2nd place. It's Ryan Hunt, number 16, behind him. And there's Herring. Now Herring's now pulled away. He's got the lead. Hunt there in 2nd, so we've seen some changes on these opening couple of laps. 37, well, that is young Neil Prince. It's a better result. There's Bates. And there's Hansen. So major changes. Prince with another ex-schoolboy champion right behind him on the Honda for this year, Craig Prattley. He rode Kawasaki last year, gone back to Honda, and already beginning to string the results together. Bates. He finished 5th in this 2nd race, but it was this man that took the win, Robbie Herring. With Ryan Hunt coming home in 2nd, the young ex-schoolboy Neil Prince was 3rd, Prattley was 4th, and Stephen Holmes, the 1990 schoolboy champion, was 5th.
Maximum last week, Rob, and maximum again today. You must be very happy.
I'm very happy at the moment. It all seems to be going pretty well. We've got the bike set up really well, my suspension and the motor, and just giving me a lot of confidence. And I think I'm riding well as well, so I couldn't really wish for anything better at the minute.
In 3rd place overall, Matt Bates. Second overall, and his Yamaha teammate on 34 points, Jamie Dobb. And 1st overall, with another maximum, Robbie Herring.